Nobody in this world is completely fearless. Everyone has the fear of something or other. So how to overcome that?
What's your name? Varun. Again. Varun, for quite a while I have been inviting questions, right? Did you think just now of asking this question, or was this question on that page since the beginning? Since the beginning, right? You didn't raise that question. You raised it only right now when we are nearing the end of the session. Now, what prevented Varun from raising that question since the last 1 hour? But Varun just got up and said something. Varun, repeat your question.
How to overcome our fears?
How many of you could hear that his voice is trembling, that his legs are shaking and he's about to faint? Is that so? Varun, are you afraid? You're not. But since last 1 hour, what was he doing? Holding himself back. How can I ask a question to this monster? He might just spring up from his seat, pounce upon me, and eat me alive. Now, it's a very significant thing to look at. When he was afraid of asking the question. Look at the facts. What was he afraid of? Asking the question. But when he was asking the question, he was not afraid. When he was afraid, and since 1 hour he was afraid. What was he afraid of? Asking the question. But when he was actually asking the question, at that point he was not afraid. So does fear lie in asking the question? Mind you, that in asking the question he was not afraid at all. Does fear lie in asking the question or thinking about asking the question? Oh, that's a catch. Fear does not lie in the act. Fear lies in thinking about the act. And what was he doing? Thinking all the time. What was he thinking? Let's guess. What was he thinking? Should I ask or not? And what will happen? Good. Future. What will happen if I raise the question? And what more was he thinking?
How will they react?
How will they react? And they means you all. Now, you all who are obviously his sworn enemies are genuine causes of threat. Right, Varun? You are sitting in between dangerous beasts who are all about to sip your blood. But I was afraid of the others. So first thing we saw, fear is not in the act, fear is in thinking about the act. Secondly, what we are seeing is, in fear, you are thinking about the others, they. So fear is a thought of others. What is fear? Whenever you are afraid in life, just see that fear is the thought of others. Nothing else. Now, what kind of thought of others was Varun having? What will they say? So, fear is not an act, fear is in thought. Secondly, fear is the thought of others. Thirdly, fear is the thought that says that others can take away something from me. Fear is the thought that says that others can take away something from me. And what was he afraid that will be taken away? His image, his respectability. He was afraid that the others might say, oh, Varun, the one who asks stupid questions. That's the case with most of us. I'm talking to Varun, but the fact is that he is extremely courageous. There are many others who have questions to ask, but could not ask. Varun, at least, even after 1 hour, had the guts to rise and ask. There are so many others who have questions. And who would ask those questions were they alone in this room. Had it been only 5 of them, they would ask. But now, because the hall is quite full, so they are unable to raise their questions. Because of the fear of others. That's why it often happens that once the seminar is over, a few students stay back to ask their questions. And I ask them, why didn't you raise them? They'll say, no, we couldn't have raised them in front of everybody, but now we are. It's all right. Even now, if they are talking, it's all right. But this is such a weight upon the mind. The fear of others. What will the others say? Let's examine this. Why are we afraid of what the others will say? We are afraid of what the others will say because our entire self-image, our entire self-concept comes from others. And that is ego. We do not mind at all when somebody tells us in the morning that you're looking wonderful, you're handsome, you're gorgeous. You say, that's what I am. Thank you so much. But because you do not pay attention, you do not realize that now you have given a license to that person to say something else to you in the evening. In the morning, the fellow told you, you are wonderful. And you took that in. In the evening, when the same fellow will come and say, you are stupid, you will definitely need to take that too in. You have made yourself dependent on that fellow. By accepting what the world is saying about you, you make the world your master. Now I am brilliant. Why am I brilliant? Because my entire batch tells that to me. If I am brilliant because my entire batch tells that to me, then I will be an idiot if my batch tells that to me. So I'll need to be afraid of my batch. I cannot offend my batch anymore, because if I offend them, they might say that I'm an idiot, and I'll have to accept that. And while I have to accept that, because I accepted it when they said that I was brilliant. But we gladly accept when somebody says, oh, beautiful. Then we gladly accept without realizing that now we have made that fellow our master. We have no eyes to look directly at ourselves. We look at ourselves through the eyes of others. And whenever you look at yourself through the eyes of others, you have made yourself dependent on others. And wherever there is dependency, there will be fear. Varun, that is the reason why you are afraid of others. That is the reason why anybody is ever afraid of anything or anybody. Dependency. So if you want to live fearlessly, then stop being dependent. Find out in what ways you are dependent on whom. Look at your dependencies. Wherever there is dependency, there will be fear. Because you will be afraid that that fellow can take away something from you. And the more dependent you are, the more afraid you will be. The key to fearlessness is independence. The key to fearlessness is freedom. All right? Yes?